This is the Bob and Brad Q2 Pro Mini Massage Gun. In today's video, I'm going to take a look at what comes with this device out of the box. I'll talk about some of the specifications and features of this massage gun, and then I will provide my overall thoughts after using it. So before I dive into the review, I do want to mention that I've not reviewed a mini massage gun on my channel in quite some time. There's not a lot of companies that have really come out with anything new in the mini massage gun space, but Bob and Brad did just recently come out with this within the last 6 months or so. I did previously review their Q2 Mini, not the Pro version. And really, on a high level scale, the only thing that I can really tell that's different is that they've now added this new attachment that we'll talk about here a little bit later in the video. But otherwise, most of the specifications and features, from what I can tell, are the exact same from the Q2 that I did review a little over 3 years now at this point. So you can watch that full review on my channel if you want to see that one specifically. But today we're talking about the Q2 Pro Mini. So to start, let's take a look at what comes with this device out of the box. The first thing you see here is the massage gun itself. So it has this sort of unique pill-shaped looking design. It does have a matte black rubber. Over most of the grip portion, you do have the Bob and Brad branding on the neck of it where the massage head actually goes into. It's got shiny black on the top, shiny black on the bottom. It does come with a case. So the first thing you actually see when you open the box is this case. It has a little handle here. You've got two zippers. Zippers don't have any branding whatsoever. You do have the Bob and Brad branding on the outside. It has sort of this metallic looking design to the case, but it is a hard-sided case, which is nice. So everything has its own place inside the case. So just like this, you see everything does fit in there really nicely. In addition to the massage gun itself, you do also get 5 attachment heads. So you get a hard plastic bullet head attachment, a firmer foam ball, a flat cushion attachment. So this is going to be a softer attachment. You can press down on it a little bit. It's got a little bit of give to it. You get a hard plastic fork attachment, and then you get this new attachment, which is really the attachment that makes this the Pro. And this is a flat head attachment, but this has heating and cooling functionality. So from a heating and cooling standpoint, this is its own device. So you do have to charge this. It does have a 2-hour charge time. It has a 60-minute battery life. That's gonna depend on how hot and how cold you're using it on, but it does have 4 different temperatures that you can set it to. The cold temperatures are gonna be 50 degrees and 59 degrees. The hot temperatures are gonna be 104 and 113 degrees. In order to turn them on, there is just 2 little power buttons on the side here, 2 of them for hot, 2 of them for cold. You just long press it and it will come on. So that's the heat function there. That's on the low end. So the orange one is 104. If you press and hold it again, it goes up to 113. Now this does get pretty warm. I use my face just to see the sensitivity of it. It does get nice and warm, and it gets warm really, really quickly. But it's not anything that's overly hot. It's not gonna burn you. Like as you see here, I'm putting it on my face, but it is very noticeably warm. If you wanna change to the cold, you just press and hold that to turn off that one, and then press and hold it again, and it'll come onto the cold setting. The cold setting here is 59 degrees on the first setting on the green one, and then 50 degrees on the blue one. And similarly here, it does start to change temperatures pretty quickly. There's a fan, so I'll see if I can pick that sound up from the mic. It's really quiet, but you can feel the coldness. Now this isn't gonna be something that's gonna mimic ice, but it is very noticeably cold. So you maybe wanted to use this for depuffing. Like you could use just this by yourself if you wanted to use it to like depuff on your face or anything like that. But it's not anything that's gonna be as cold as something like the TheraFace Pro or anything like that. But just to show this attachment, any of the attachments here, you do just press them inside. They do stay in real easily. You can pull them out to change them. They do have this little rubber gasket. It does come with 2 extras of that. I've never had any of them break, but all the Bob and Brad devices do seem to include those. So when it comes to this attachment specifically, I don't really see as much of a purpose for the cold attachment to be used while you are percussing. But the hot attachment, I definitely could see that as a good way to warm up your muscles. So in order to turn this off, you just press and hold it. Turns off there. I personally wouldn't use the cold attachment while I'm massaging my muscles just because it seems a little bit counterintuitive to be trying to warm up your muscles with the percussion, but then using the cold attachment on it. So I would just use the cold attachment if you're trying to hit a certain spot. I probably would not turn the percussion on it. But that's the attachment. So I know that was a lot. You do also get two other things. So you do get a user manual. In the back of the user manual, there's just some quick guide on how long, what attachments to use on different parts of your body. And then you do get a charging cord that is a USB-A to USB-C. So the bottom of this device does have a USB-C charging port in it. That's how you charge it. The battery life on this is about 2.5 to 3 hours from what I could test, which is around the same as the charge time. It is 11.1 volt for the battery, but that's the battery life. The battery is not removable on it. In terms of the other specifications and features of this, I know I've mentioned quite a bit of it already. The stroke length this is gonna be 7 millimeters. So that is the distance that this massage head is gonna actually move back and forth from the device. So for me personally, 7 millimeters really feels a lot more vibrational than it does percussive. By that I mean, it just doesn't really get a deep tissue massage for me. I'll go ahead and show it. You certainly can still see my tissues moving a little bit with this. This is on the lowest speed, but for me to really enjoy a massage, I really like something that's a lot deeper. For comparison, some of the really deep tissue devices that are full size go like 16 millimeters, so you're talking double the stroke length. But what is nice for this is the stall force of this is 45 pounds, which is not only high for a regular massage gun, but that's high for a mini massage gun as well. So I'm gonna show this just again to show the speeds here. This is the speeds here. Press this button. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the highest speed just to show this stall force. So it does take quite a bit to get it to stall, but once it stalls, you can turn it back on real easily. But 45 pounds is like very impressive for any device, much less a mini massage gun like this. So I mentioned the speeds on here. It is a 5-speed device. So this lowest speed that I have it on right here is 1800 percussions per minute. In order to cycle through the speeds, you just press the button there. So the second speed is 2100 percussions per minute. Third speed's 2400 percussions per minute. Fourth speed, 2700. And then the top speed is 3000 percussions per minute. So again, really high end in terms of speeds, but it is only 7 millimeters. So you're really just getting more of a vibrational feel, which is great if you're trying to just numb a sore area a little bit from some of the vibrations. But you know, I like to use this on my arms, on your neck. These mini massage guns are great for your neck and shoulders, where you're not gonna want something that's like super high percussive there. The vibrations do feel really good in that area. So in terms of stroke length and stall force, you know, stroke length is a little low, stall force is really high for what it is. So this is not a Bluetooth device at all, so there's not an app that you can connect this to. There's no routines that you can pre-program. You can't control it with your phone at all. It's not adjustable in any way, so it is fixed at this 90-degree angle. The hand feel of this is awesome. It does easily fit in your hands. I like to kind of put it between my middle finger and my index finger there to hold it. You got sort of this matte black on it. The top shiny parts and everything that's shiny do show the fingerprints, so the matte part of it that's sort of rubberized is nice for the grip on that. The noise on this is really quiet. You can hear it by my mic here, but you're not gonna disturb anybody. You could use this in public very easily. Use it on a plane. The plane noise is probably gonna be louder than this. Use it in your office, you'll be okay there. The weight of this is nice. It is just under 1 pound. It's a little bit heavier when you have this attachment in it, but all the weight is in this part of it, so it's really easy to hold. It doesn't, you know, tip over. It's not top end heavy or anything like that. The dimensions on it, very loosely, are 6 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches high. The price of this is $90. If you're on Amazon, there is a $15 off coupon right now. If you want to buy it from there, definitely take advantage of it. Anything under $100 for massage guns is a great deal, especially something that has a high stall force like this. It does come with a 1-year warranty. Some other notes about it, it does have a 10-minute auto shut-off. Again, this attachment is separate. In my mind, is really the only difference between the Q2 Mini and the Q2 Pro Mini is this attachment, from what I can tell. If I were to just offer some thoughts on what I like and what I dislike, I really like the stall force. Again, 45 pounds is really high for any massage gun, but to have a stall force of 45 pounds for a mini massage gun is really quite impressive. The stroke length though is really short. So for me, the stroke length is just very vibrational. And like I mentioned, probably the only areas I would enjoy using this on are around my neck or places where I definitely don't want to have that really, really high stroke length. Some other things that I like about it, I like how quiet it is. I like that it comes with a case. So many other mini massage guns, AKA the Hypervolt Mini or the Theragun Mini, they don't come with cases. So all the attachments are just loose. The size of this is great. I think it's perfect for travel. I think taking this anywhere is really, really easy. Just throw it in your bag. Some little things, I don't like that the charging cord doesn't come with a block. I don't like that it's USB-A to USB-C. I wish it was C to C or there was an adapter so you could use it anyway without the block. And then lastly, really something small is I don't love where the power button is. If I'm holding this like this, the natural feel is for the power button to be up here, but it is quite a bit further down. So you kind of have to just adjust your grip to be able to hold it. But overall, equally as impressed with this as I was with the Q2. It's certainly a good device. I like that more companies are including the hot and cold type attachment. For me, the hot attachment's really the only one that makes sense here. The cold attachment doesn't really get cold enough for me to justify anything, but the hot attachment is definitely noticeable. And when you're using it, the heat doesn't dissipate. You know, you're not losing the heat because it's moving, whereas some devices you might get that. And I think part of that's because it has such a small stroke length. But anyways, that is just a quick overview of the Bob & Brad Q2 Pro Mini. If you guys have questions about this device, go ahead, drop it in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer those. If you like videos like this, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, that is the Bob & Brad Q2 Pro Mini. That's a review. Enjoy your recovery.